morning, third graders. Welcome to day 2 of your virtual learning. So, as you can see on my screen now, I have up our third grade Google Classroom. So, I've already clicked on day 2 reading, and I see all of my assignments below. You should already have the video open because you are listening and hearing me right now. So, what we're going to do first today is we're going to go ahead and click on day 2, activity 1 to open it in a new tab so we have it readily available. And then we're going to go back to our classwork tab and also click on day 2, activity 2. I now have both of them open in my Google Chrome so that we can flip back and forth to them whenever we need to. Now go back to your classwork tab and let's click on our lesson for the day. So we are clicking on the day 2 lesson 2 PDF. We're opening this last because it opens in the window. So as I open it, I see that today we're going to be working on main idea and key details. So we're going to learn what main idea is and what these key details are. So let's look at our learning target. We're going to do like we do in school, and we're going to pull back that bow and arrow, shoot once. All right, let's read our learning target together. It says, retelling the main idea and key details of a text will help you understand what you've read. I want everyone at home to say main idea, do your hands, main idea, and key details. So we're going to be able to tell a main idea and key details, and being able to tell those things will help me understand what I've read in my text. So let's listen as I read. The main idea is what the text is mostly about. Details are all of the facts and ideas in a passage that support the main idea or help to explain it. Now, sometimes you'll want to retell a story. I know a lot in life we have to retell things that happen and things that we read. So when we retell those stories, we need to make sure first we know the main idea and then tell the key details. The key details are going to be our most important facts in the passage, okay? So sometimes there are little facts and little sentences that don't really mean as much as the super important ones. And being a good reader, we have to know how to pick out the super ones and the wee little ones that aren't so important. So we're going to practice today first by looking at a cartoon. Now, when we see this cartoon, we're first going to look at the title. Everyone touch the title, make a circle with your mouse like I am if you want. Find the title of our cartoon. Let's read it together. Life in the American colonies. So I'm already thinking about, this is my topic, this is what I'm going to be reading about, and it's about someone's life in the American colonies. Now, I don't really know much about the American colonies, but hopefully this cartoon will teach me a little bit. Let's see. We're going to look at the pictures first. Everyone put your eyes on the first picture. I'm thinking in my head, I see a boy with a hat. He also is holding an axe, and it looks like he's chopping wood. I see lots of pieces of wood chopped in half on the ground. Now I want you to look at the picture too. Think about, I want you to tell somebody, tell the computer if you don't have anyone near you. Tell out loud what you see in this picture. Now, I hope you said that you saw a wagon with a man in a hat. It looks kind of similar to this guy, and he is guiding a horse and the wagon is attached to him. So I'm already thinking now that maybe in this American colonies, maybe they don't have cars or trucks. Maybe this is their transportation. And let's look at the last picture. The last picture, let's tell what we see. We see a girl and a woman. They're sitting and it looks like they have needle and thread if you look super, super close. Notice I got way in the screen. So I have already been able to see so much just by looking at the pictures. Now, let's read about each of the pictures. Here we go. People had to chop wood for fuel. So this guy is chopping wood for fuel. Let's think about that. Fuel, gas is a fuel, and I put gas in my car in order to get where I'm going. I wonder what they chop the wood for. Just think about it. The next picture of the wagon, the boy, and the horse says, taking farm goods to sell in town could take hours. Now I'm thinking just my reading block is 2 hours, and that's a pretty long time that we're in reading. So just for him to get from the farm to town could take hours? Whoa. And then our last picture. Everyone in the family had to work. Everyone, including the little girl? So no one gets to sit around and be lazy? Now that we've looked at the picture and read the text, let's go to our Day 2 Activity 1 document. It's the one with the blue rectangle in your tab. I see here that we have the same picture, and then we have a chart to fill out. My chart says that I need to come up with a main idea and 3 key details. So I'm going to let you know that the key details have already been given to us. These things are going to help us come up with our main idea, what the story is all about. So I'm going to put these details in my own words. If you need to pause and do this with me, you may. Pause me now. Let's see. I'm going to say people had to chop wood for fuel. So people had to work and chop wood for use. Let's look at the next one. Taking farm goods to sell in town could take hours. So I'm thinking hours are a very long time. So that's going to be how I put them into my own words. Taking things to town could take a long time. And then our last one, everyone had to work. I put an exclamation point at the end because I'm feeling some type of way about that one. So I want you to think, what are we concluding about the American colonies and life there? All of my details have something in common. I want you to pause the video, so I'm not going to give you the answer, and I want you to put what you think all of these details have in common about how life was in the American colonies. All right, so I'm going to put that basically life was kind of hard. And if you can think of another word to put for hard, because hard isn't necessarily a good 3rd grade word, maybe we could use difficult. So let's do life in the American colonies was difficult. I don't think it was very easy for the people to chop the wood, for them to travel far distances to get to town, and everyone had to work. Working is not easy. If you want to impress your teachers and use a different word here, that would be awesome. All right, let's go to our next activity. So on here, I see that I'm going to be going to a new text called What is a Community? Let's go back to our classroom, back to our PDF. We're going to scroll to find what is a community. So I know yesterday we were asking questions about our beaver text and that bug text. So we were practicing asking questions and answering them as we read. I'm already noticing here that my title is a question. It says, what is a community? So already at being the reader, I'm asking myself, what is a community? Am I going to find out in this text? You bet I am. Let's see. I'm now going to look at my picture. And in my picture, I see some older kids that look like they're all wearing a nice green shirt and they're carrying some sort of trash bag. So maybe it's going to mean how we can help our community and what we can do. That's just my thoughts. Let's read. Paragraph 1. Think about the people you saw on your way to school today. Maybe you saw a bus driver, a police officer, or a mail carrier. You probably saw business people on their way to work. Once you got to school, you saw teachers, other students, parents, and the principal. All of these people make a, say it with me, community. A community is a group of people who live and work in the same area. Ding, ding, ding. It just told me a community is a group of people who live and work in the same area. Paragraph 2. People play different parts to make a community. For example, bus drivers help people get to school or work. Police officers make sure people follow the laws and stay safe. Business people make or sell the things we buy. Parents and teachers make sure children have what they need to learn and be safe. Students learn so they can become good parents and workers. You are a part of your community too. You can do things to make a difference. You can help keep your neighborhood clean. You can follow rules and laws. You can also help others who are in need. Communities work best when people do their jobs and help each other. You and everyone around you work together to make a community. So I want you to look at this. It says close reader habits. I want you to go back and reread, and as you reread, circle the sentence that best states what the story was all about. Then as you read, I want you to underline some of those really important facts or details that tell more about what you came up with for the main idea. If you have your Ready book at home, this you can do inside your book. Don't be afraid to write inside. So I hope you reread and you got some ideas for some things to fill in your chart. So as you were reading, I hope that you were able to come up with what you thought this text was all about, and then some very super important details that help support what you set up here. In a moment, I'm going to let you check your work with what I came up with. So make sure your chart's filled in, pause me until it's done, and then come back to check your work. All right, you're ready to reveal the answers. Here we are. Now, I came up with the main idea as everyone has a part to play in a community. I think the author was trying to tell us all of the different roles that people have in a community. So for my key details, I put police officers to make sure people what? Go back and find it if you don't have it. Business people make and what? And then kids can keep a what? After you finish this chart, I want you to go to day 2, activity 2, and you are going to have a video here to watch because I'm out of time for my video. They can only be 15 minutes. So I will post the next video in here for you to watch before you start. See you in a bit.